Oh là là, this social media thingy is very interesting, and I see the whole casse-tête, how it is breaking my head over the past 3 months. And I could identify various stages. Like the first one was really about the numbers. No, the first one was really about me coming back, finding my voice. I really loved this challenge that I put on myself, 21 days. And it was really just 21 days because they say that it takes 21 days to get a habit to be, ingrained. And for me, there was this, going back to social media, being more present and trying again with the purpose of like feeling more comfortable with the app. Not necessarily because I had a business or an idea. I literally didn't post or shared anything in 2025 apart from a few reposts because priorities. And I think I didn't like the app anymore. I think I shared it in one of my episodes. Ooh la la, I share a lot with you guys. But in one of my episodes, there was this thing where I used Instagram. I went viral and I was like, fuck, I need to replicate that. And I went into this month of content creation. It was exhausting. J'étais dégoûtée. I got really disgusted about the whole process. I was like, fuck this shit. I don't care. I just want to watch my dog videos and my recipe videos in peace, and that's it. I'm not coming back to this platform. Je m'en fous. And so I came back in January with this goal in mind, and the second one, finding my voice, because I honestly felt like I lost it. With 2025, I think I really dimmed my light a lot, not consciously, but so much had happened that I was like, oh putain, who the fuck am I? Who the fuck am I? Where am I going? A lot to digest. Really a lot to digest, and I wanted to start expressing myself again in so many different ways than also just dancing. So I started with social media, the podcast, the video storytelling project. Oh my god, I did a lot of things, and then I picked up dancing again and crochet. So I also just wanted to use my voice differently. I love writing, and this is always something that I love doing. But I guess that I also wanted to give myself a challenge to show myself a bit more and to show myself as I am moving forward, because I think I always showed myself as the very sunny sunshine, high energy, firebomb, curly-haired woman that has her shit together and is building a business and selling out classes and camps and everything. And for me, going back like this was like, boom, I'm learning to also stay with myself how I am now, aka with nothing. Like I don't have a job, I don't have a business anymore, I don't have a house, I don't have a home. Like I really just starting from scratch. And it was more from me to me, it's sort of like mirror, from me to ask myself, can I just also stay with that, or do I go straight into the sort of character that I built for myself, or the character that people know me for, which is the sunny sunshine, high energy and everything. And I felt quite comfortable in January doing that. And after the 21 days, I was like, boomba, challenge finished. What do we do? How do we move from here? And since then, it's only been experimenting and playing. And I never had any strategy with Instagram. I don't like strategies. I think I really hate structure. It doesn't work for me. And I'm still flabbergasted, discombobulated by how I had a business for 7 years that was a thriving business for 7 years without any sort of structure. It was just like, franchement, I always needed to have my back against the wall to be able to just produce, create, come up with ideas and just like, vas-y, c'est bon, on y va. And so now that it's a bit calm and that it started to become a bit calm, I was like, bon, what do we talk about? What is it that we're wanting to do, to share, to voice? And a lot of experimenting, vraiment, a lot of experimenting in the topics and the way I say it. in how I write. It's just testing, you know? And I think there's this thing where I was and I am still easily like, oh, vas-y, ça me saoule. You know, it's like on, off. But where I'm proud of myself is that I am consistent, whereby I just post every day, sometimes every other day, sometimes every other 3 days, but I'm still there. You know, the only time I haven't really posted, let's say on a consistent basis, was because I was sick last week. So a good 10 days were completely like, vas-y, en fait, je peux pas. I don't have my voice. I was, you know, like grippe, quoi. And now that I'm back with, I feel like I have a purpose. I have a vision, you know, with what I want to do. Like things are becoming more and more clear. And I thought that it was because, you know, you would be more in journaling, asking myself questions and everything. But honestly, clarity, guys, comes from doing something, from trying, from failing, from changing your mind. And every time I posted something, I analyzed, as in not numbers wise, but as in, okay, what happened there? Did I create attention? Did I you know, how did I piqued people's interest? And not so that I follow that line, because then it's just like creating for people, but refining a bit more my tone of voice, I think. And again, still finding my voice, you know, it's like, it's not a 21-day challenge that's just gonna make it. But I see this phase now where, okay, I think I know where I want to go, because this is a theme that always comes back in my head. The theme is playing, experimenting, testing, playing, fucking up, changing my mind, adjusting, going back at it again, because that's what it's been for the past 3 months, not only on social media, but also on the podcast, with my video project, but also with everything and everything that I'm doing, and even the way I see the world, the way I was thinking about friendships the other day, how I want to become a better human being, but also be a better friend, how my relationship also with my body is changing, and my training, like aka going to the gym. So it's just that whole mood, life, philosophy of playing that is at stake at the moment, and it just feels like it's documentation. So it really feels like now this is the second phase. Let's put it this way. This is the second phase on social media where I am finally finding my direction, okay? And that direction comes from where? From movement. Direction is movement. Direction is like you're already moving, you're already in movement. And again, I had this aha moment this morning. I was like, putain, mais en fait, mais oui, c'est clair. It makes sense. Mais parce que I already moved, you know, I already tried, tested a lot of different things, and it's still experimenting. And today I posted something, scheduled something, and I posted it, and I wrote a copy about it, but I had a sort of crack. I'm going to call it the crack of doubt. And what happened, I think, is that there still is, like, what happened in my head was like, putain, mais en fait, is this, okay, this is where I want to go. Like, I see the direction on my GPS, you know, this is where I want to go, but is this the sort of like the right way? Am I taking the right route? Do you know? And then I realized that there's this sort of tension between still two identities, the one that already works and that always worked, which is the dancer, the teacher, like as I said, the sunny sunshine, very joyful, alive, and sort of validated, you know, and proven identity of me. And there's the other one that is emerging, that is more of a voice. I feel like I'm becoming this thinker, that I'm sharing a lot of ideas, that is less into this performance and more, en fait, speaking my truth. And I don't really like this expression, but we're just gonna go with it. And my brain is literally saying, wait, do people even want this version of me? And I'm finding myself in this loop of, again, maybe my strategy is wrong, even though I don't really have a strategy, but I think that I'm trying to transform it into like, do I trust that this version of me is enough? And I think this is the whole shabam of what's been happening in the past 3 months is, do I trust that this version of me is enough for me also, you know? And I say this because I also saw this post of this girl who was like, yeah, you shouldn't be building yet. You should let your audience tell you what they need. And I'm like, why the fuck would I do that? Why would I wait? And also she put a timestamp on it. She was like, yeah, I was posting for 3 months and nothing happened, and then I had the idea because I was talking with people, and I was like, do you think I have 3 months in front of me? J'ai pas le temps, frérot. We don't have time. Time is really the only thing that we will never get back. And so I looked back into how I did things. I always built and people came. I'd never asked people to tell me what I needed to build. And it is a model, okay, but my model is I build and then people come or don't, which is fine. But it just was this little crack of doubt, just was so fucking annoying at first. But then I realized, mais attends, Sab, look at what you've done in the past and look at how it worked, okay? Because you listen to yourself. And I think that sometimes we have this tendency of, again, letting ourselves be drowned by the outside world, by social media, by podcasts, by so much information that tells us, okay, do this, do that, try this, try that. And you're like, mais putain, en fait, il y a trop là. And your voice, your own voice is really just swamped underneath all of this fucking information. And I realized again that when I quit my job, I created something that I wanted to exist. And every time I created from that place, I think of the Ghana dance camps, I think of my workshops that always, you know, involved food and community and being together and chilling, and the free flow classes, like everything always worked out and everything was fucking sold out. Like that's my way of doing things. That's my motto. And I think that part of what's happening at the moment, even with my social media, is like, dude, just stick to one fucking thing and stop changing mid-game. You know what I mean? It's like I am just so wanting to maybe have this thing that it has to work, and not from a performative way, but I want this to work so badly, guys, like really, you know, I really, because I feel like I'm touching it, like it's like on the tip of my tongue, you know, but there's this things like, vas-y Sabrine, and there's this faith and this like unwavering faith and belief in myself, and it's like, you know, like, j'y suis presque, mais c'est pas encore là. It's like, today was really a reminder of like, stick to the fucking thing that you say you will do, and give yourself enough time to see it through, you know. And it's really that thing of stop switching models mid fucking game, you know. So yeah, I guess it's also like another reminder of like, okay, this is how I think, this is how I see the world. And of course it's more naked now because there's no more dance videos or dance things, because I'm not dancing as much as before. I'm not teaching, you know. So it's like I feel a bit shaky, you know. It's like oula, c'est pas très confortable. It's very shaky, mais we're just gonna stay here because it feels like I'm really just adjusting to my own voice, maybe. Et voilà, I guess that really what I'm trying to avoid as well is to, ouais, like this whole mumbo jumbo of like wanting to do it differently because, oh my god, no, it doesn't work, or maybe I should do this way. It's like, of course it's still testing, experimenting, and it's great to play, but at some point there's also a need to really make a decision and to stick with one thing long enough to see how it works. And today I decided to do that, and I usually post once a day. Today I decided, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm just gonna go spam 1 to 3 times a day, not because I want, not out of performance, but just, can I still again stay with this voice? Can I still keep on adjusting to my own voice? And we see how it goes, vraiment, parce que sinon you know, sinon on va pas y arriver, you know, et ça va me saouler. Donc voilà, I guess this is what I wanted to share with you guys.